Hey guys, we are back with some more Vegas Golden Knights Eastside Hockey Manager, and in this one we are going to go through the offseason, or at least the first part of it, because as we all know the draft takes a pretty long time. But in this one we have called up Stefan Larsson back to the NHL, as he did show a lot of promise in his first 8 games in the NHL. 9 points for a .763 average rating, so he is, or he at least should be, on the roster to start next season. And a couple of guys we're going to be releasing. Zach Hyman, he didn't do terrible. Actually, he did very well. But we do have the contracts of Joe Veleno kicking in. And then we also have to re-sign Cam York and Riley Smith, who's undoubtedly going to want more money after a 46-goal season. So we're going to be releasing Hyman. We're also going to be releasing William Carrier. Again, it's not that he's been terrible. It's just that we need to free up some cap space. And also, he hasn't been, a game changer for us. He hasn't, we're getting to that point in the GM mode where if you're not affecting every game in a good way, then you're probably going to be cut. Because, we have guys like Teemu Pulkkinen who are outstanding for us. Stefan Larsson, a young guy coming up who's looks to have a bright future. And then Artemi Panarin, Joe Veleno, who are absolutely outstanding all by themselves. And then William Karlsson, who's a pretty solid second-line center for us. And then Alan Lazaro, who's looking to make a push for his ice time. Jacob Silverberg, who was absolutely phenomenal for us last year. And then Carl Forrest, who looks to have a very bright future with 39 points in his rookie year. So we're just getting to that point, So Hyman's going to be released. Carrier is going to be released. And another guy, Hudson Fasching, is another guy that I want to trade. Because, again, it's not that he hasn't been doing terrible. In the 35 games that he played last year, he had 15 points, .717 average rating. But again, it's just kind of the same situation. And also, his contract, $2 million for the next 5 years. That's kind of brutal. And then Louis Domingue. I would like to get this guy out of here for a good prospect goaltender who I actually looked in the draft for. And it turns out there are actually 3 goaltenders going in the top 20 this year. 3. Drew Naka going 10th overall, supposedly. Only 3-star future rating, though. And then report card, it's pretty good. So I can definitely see why he would be going in the first round. Maybe not in the top 10, though, because his average rating, or his average rating isn't there. But his future rating is not there either, at only 3 stars. And then Joachim Gerton, 6'3" goaltender. He looks pretty good at the moment, and his history, .701 average rating. I like that. He's got a good save percentage with Red Deer, 5-star future rating, 3-star current rating. So if we could get this guy, Joachim Gerton, that'd be pretty solid as a replacement for Louis Domingue, and then eventually replace James Reimer. And then there's also Miles Schreiber. Guessing that's a German name. But he is from Canada. Not a great simulation, it doesn't look like. But he does have that 5-star future rating. So of these 3 goaltenders, I would definitely take Joachim Gerton first. And I don't know if we're going to be able to select him. Just because we obviously don't know our draft position at this point. But we know about this game and how the draft tends to jump all over the place. We've seen it in the past how guys who were supposed to go undrafted went 9th and 12th overall, I believe it was last year. So really anything could happen in the draft. We're going to see what happens. So hopefully we get, somewhere around pick 20 or something. We got out in the 3rd round, so I'd imagine we're actually, back there about 26th, 25th. And then we also, not to mention, got the President's Trophy. So actually, that would probably mean we're 29th or something. So we're going to have to hope that either one of those goalies falls back to the late first round, or we're going to have to make a trade. Because we really need a prospect goaltender. We've been without a prospect goaltender for pretty much this entire GM mode. So that is something we really need. And let's get into it. So I think since the draft is still about a month away, I'm going to sim up to the last game of the Stanley Cup Finals, and then I will see you guys there. But one thing I will do before we simulate any further is try to renew the contracts of Riley Smith and Cam York. I believe those are the only contracts we have left that we care about. Yeah. So Smith, let's see. He wants 7.85. He's obviously, he doesn't want to negotiate a contract at this time, but you know, we're kind of running out of time, so I at least want to get an offer sent. So it's saying 7.85 for the next 5 years. How old is he? 31? Don't like that. So if I went for 3 years, since he's scored 46 goals, so he's definitely due for an increase here. So I can't really complain about that 7.8 now, can I? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna increase that to 8.5 since we're decreasing the years, and then we'll increase his signing bonus to like 300,000. Yeah, just to make up for that. And yeah, that all looks good. Send to Riley Smith, and then Cam York. We already tendered a qualifying offer to him, so we don't necessarily have to offer him now, but I would like to get it out of the way. So he's like 21, isn't he? Yeah, he's 21. So if I give him, yeah, I'm going to give him a 2-year contract just to be sure that he still is an RFA after his next contract expires. So I'll offer him 3.3 for 2 years. He deserves it. He got like 40 points last year, so I would say that's worth 3.3 from a defenseman. And I'll give him a signing bonus of 100K, just to make sure. There you go. Send contract to Cam York. And then, actually, one thing I forgot to do. I said I was going to do this off screen. We are going to renew our minor league guys, but it should not take that long, as we don't really have to negotiate with these guys. Kind of Torma, there you go. Zukov, I'll hold off on him. Probably won't re-sign him anyway. Suzuki is good for the AHL. And I guess he's technically a good replacement player for the NHL if need be. Then Dylan Ferguson, he hasn't really played at all. He's 23. I'll release him. Semenov, yeah, he's a good prospect. Definitely want to renew him here. Actually, his contract's not even up, so I would guess that would be all the contracts that we had to renew in the first place. And Ferguson's contract wasn't up anyway, so I guess we'll leave him. And that'll be about it. So let's finally get to the end of this postseason. And Cam York has signed for another 2 years. Very nice. So we got him at 3.3 for the next 2 years, and he should still be an RFA after this contract is over. And yes, it appears so. So yeah, very good. Very good. So we are still waiting on Riley Smith, I believe, as the Stanley Cup series, Stanley Cup Finals, is between the Predators and Capitals. Currently tied at 1-1. And Smith signs a new 3-year Golden Knights deal as well, worth $25 million. So there you go. Riley Smith has been re-signed for 3 more years. He is an absolute stud. So glad we have him back. And that should be it for the contracts that we want to renew. So let's get up to the end of the Stanley Cup Final. Actually, you know what? We'll just... we're already basically there anyway. We're 2 games into the Stanley Cup Final. We may as well watch the rest of it. So... hopefully the game doesn't take too long here, as it is going a little slow through the simulation. Tarasenko Perez, Game 3 goes to the Predators with a 5-1 victory. And we're on June 1st. Let's see the player of the month, and that would be Nikita Kucherov. Rookie of the month is Lucas Dostal of the Capitals. Offensive player of the month is Kucherov, obviously, and then defensive player of the month is Jussi Saros. There we go. There's your players of the month. And we're going to get to game number 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals now between the Capitals and Predators. Interesting matchup there. More confidence update. They're delighted. And they still want James Neal back. And the Predators now lead the series 3-1. So they win game 4, 4-1. And Golden Knights writes to all these prospects that we decided to not re-sign. So they're off to free agency now. That's all right. Hopefully none of them turn out to be studs for our sake. And this could be the last game of hockey until September. Here we go. Let's view it. First period, 3 goals by the Preds and 1 by the Capitals. Second period, goal by the Predators, Yarncrow. And third period, that is going to be a Stanley Cup victory for the Nashville Predators. And goals by Yarncrow, Johansson, Palmieri, Yarncrow, Fiala, and Tolvanen. So there you go, Nashville. Congratulations on the Stanley Cup. So now let's get into the year 5 off season. I always lose track. Everything starts to blend together after a while. So Predators fans celebrate winning Stanley Cup, I would imagine. So let's get through this really quick so that we can get to the draft, because you never know what to expect out of the draft in this game. As I've said, you can see players who are ranked in the hundreds going in the top 10. You could see players who are not even ranked going in the top 10. So Smith rumors, absolutely not. We just signed him. He is going absolutely nowhere. Golden Knights get Novak, so Connor Novak has signed. And then Konstantin Svetlov has also signed. So yeah, this is what I mean about releasing guys like Hyman and Carrier. We really have a lot of young players on the up-and-coming. Andre Kucera as well, so there's just no point in holding on to them. I wouldn't have been able to have a spot for them, especially with guys like Stefan Larsson stepping up, and then Rasmus Kupari, who had a great start to last season, Trelawney as well. Yeah, so that's what I meant about those veterans. Just no point in keeping them. They're just going to be eating up salary at that point, and which we do not need with the huge contracts of Joe Veleno and Artemi Panarin, obviously, with that $10 million per year. No trade period ends, so we can now focus on trading guys like Fasching and Hogg. I mean, I wouldn't mind waiting on Hogg until free agency just to see what kind of defensemen are out there to replace him. But I know for a fact that we need to trade Fasching, because it's just, there's no way that he's going to be able to fit into this group anymore with the amount of talent that we have up front now. So let's offer out all to Hudson Fasching. Let's see what we can get from him. And that is going to be a trade from the Predators, a third and a fourth. So honestly, that's not that bad. That's a little bit more than I was expecting, honestly, for Hudson Fasching. And again, it's not that he's been bad. It's just we don't have a spot for him anymore. So offer out to the Nashville Predators. And hopefully I do not get ripped by the board for that. Sometimes the board can be a little bit iffy with trades in this game. And then trade to take place. So Hudson Fasching, thank you for your 5 years of service to the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, 4 years to the Vegas Golden Knights. But, you know, just don't have a spot for you anymore. So good luck in Nashville. And there you go. Trade confirmed. Because again, I want to get Stefan Larsson some time this year, because we had to cut him, remember, after that injury that he had. So, but other than that, he was doing fantastic. So there you go. Good. I did not get ripped by the board. So Hudson Fasching, now a member of the Stanley Cup champion Nashville Predators. So it makes sense for them too, because they get some more depth for their lineup that just won the Stanley Cup, and they trade a couple of picks that are likely, or actually are, at the bottom of the selection chain. Let us get to the draft, is what should be next, because I believe the awards are after the draft. Let me just make sure of that. Yeah, the awards are on the 26th. The draft's actually on the 18th this year. Wow, that's early. So, the player of the week is Ellie Tolvanen, I would imagine. Ellie Tolvanen, offensive player of the week, and defensive player of the week, Dante Fabro. All right, so let's see the lottery. Calgary Flames are going to be picking first overall, and where are we picking? Yeah, we're picking 30th, so we're going to have to hope that one of those goaltenders drop, or, again, we're going to have to make a trade, which might not be a bad idea, especially for Nicholas Hogg, because I know that he has some good value on him, because he's actually a 5-star potential. He doesn't simulate like it. He really doesn't. Braden Holtbeast, Vezina. So, like, if you take a look at Hogg, 691 average rating. He really hasn't impressed in his tenure here so far. He's already 23, almost 24. And he's got that 5-star current rating, but he just doesn't simulate like it. So we're going to be trading him away, I think, for maybe a top 15 pick or something like that, just so we can have our best chance at getting one of those goaltenders, one of those 5-star goaltenders to be specific, because he just doesn't simulate well. And I'm pretty sure we could get someone better in free agency if we have to. So let's get up to the draft now, and Do I want to trade? No, you know what? No. I'll wait for the draft to make a trade for Nicholas Hogg because I want to trade as the draft is happening to see sort of how the draft unfolds. And goaltenders, I would imagine, usually go pretty late in the draft anyway. So there's Landstrom and Colby Verche signing. But yeah, I would imagine that they generally go pretty late because, you know, they're goaltenders. They're going to take a little bit longer to develop than skaters. Though having 3 goaltenders ranked in the top 20 is pretty rare. So I would imagine at least one of them will be taken in the top 10. Maybe that guy who had the 3-star future rating, I would imagine. Maybe. I don't know. You can't really explain how this draft works. It's just all over the place. So the game is not responding, so I'll be right back. All right, there we go. And Golden Knights pre-draft analysis. Their recent top draft picks include Gabby Bishop, Aiden Thompson, Cam York, Joe Veleno, and Cody Glass. And then Golden Knights get Aiden Thompson, speaking of which. So he is on the team now as well. So, I mean, the amount of rookies we have, we just cannot afford to continue to have guys like Hyman, Carrier, or Fashing on the team, you know. So, pre-draft reserve list. Let's see what's going on here. 40 contracted players and 64 reserve list players. All right, that's good. So we have some room to sign some rookies. So NHL entry draft 2022. Here we go. Golden Knights have the 30th overall pick. Let me just save real quick just to be sure that we don't lose anything. And let's go. All right, so we're obviously not picking anywhere in the top 5. We know that. I'm not getting any sort of trade value like that for Nicholas Hogg. Even though he's got that 5-star, I don't think he's that, you know, he has that much trade value. So we're going to let the top 5 pick here first. So start draft, next pick, and Dante Duchesne goes first to the Calgary Flames. Second overall is going to be Tyler Alexander Warden to the Chicago Blackhawks. And he was ranked 3rd. Third overall is going to be Raymond Labbé to the Rangers. He's ranked 4th. So I wonder who's ranked 2nd here. Jamie Farmer. He doesn't look too bad. 5-star future, 2-star current. So we'll see where he goes. And then 4th overall will be Alexander Gavrilov to the Senators, who was ranked 22nd overall and goes 4th. See what I mean? It's almost impossible to predict. 5th overall will be Igor Loshchenko to the Oilers, ranked 6th overall. And we may as well do the top 10 here. I doubt any of the goaltenders that we had our eyes on will go. So number 6 will be Drew Naka. So Drew Naka, the goaltender. But remember, Drew Naka had that 3-star future rating. I don't know how accurate that is. That might end up being a 5-star future rating. But still, just given our current scouting report, which is actually pretty recent, from May 28th, you know, he's not as good as the other goaltenders that are available. So, but I will see. So Joachim Gertin is going 17th, presumably. But we all saw that Drew Naka was ranked 10th and went 6th. So anything could happen, I suppose. I want to see if I could get maybe... Who's picking 10th? New York's pick. But we'll simulate up to then and see what happens. So 7th overall is going to be Teal Warner to the Stars, ranked 8th overall. 8th overall is going to be Nail Ivanov to the Red Wings, ranked 61st, and goes 8th. All right, 9th overall is going to be Cale Reed to the Penguins, center, ranked 13th. All right, so let's see if we can get this Islanders pick here, because I really want to pick up one of those goaltenders. So, make a trade. Islanders. Let's see, do they want Hogg? Hogg has a lot of value. I didn't realize he had that much value. Nicholas Hogg. If he has a good year this year, then I'm probably going to regret this. But, you know, Hogg hasn't been doing well for us. So this might be a good trade here. I might have been able to honestly acquire a top 5. I didn't think Hogg had that much value. All right, let's see. So for a 10th overall pick, a nice offer. Oh, okay. So we can get more out of this then. We can definitely get more out of this. How about 2 firsts? We'll need some time to think this offer over. They might actually accept this. They might actually accept this. 2 firsts for Nicholas Hogg. Let's see. Would they do that? Rejected. Okay. So I didn't think so, but I was just gonna say like that if there was a possibility of that happening. Okay, so maybe do they have any defensemen I'd be interested in to replace Hogg with instead of going after someone in free agency? Bodie Wild, they have Rasmus Dahlin as well. Bodie Wild, how long has he been playing in the NHL? Last year was his first year. Had a good rating, 723. Well, actually, no. He played with the Bruins as well. He must have gotten traded. Yeah, he got traded mid-season. Good average rating with the Bruins, though, too. Good average rating, really, all across the board ever since the simulation started. So Bodie Wild might not be bad. But then again, I kind of just want draft picks out of this. So we could always get a defenseman in free agency. So draft picks, I'll put, I guess, another first in there from Washington. Let's gauge interest. Certainly give this offer more thought. So that would definitely go through, I think. Definitely go through, I think. That makes sense. So let's try to get a second in here. Not certain this deal benefit. Okay, so they're not going to accept that, I don't think. And then what if we got a fourth? I'm really just penny pinching at this point. All right, you know what? Let's just go for 2 firsts. The 10th overall pick and the 29th overall pick for Nicholas Hogg. Offer up to the New York Islanders. It is taking place. Nicholas Hogg for 2 firsts. That is a steal. I mean, no offense to Nicholas Hogg, but he kind of hasn't been the best for us. And in order to be on this team now, you have to be a difference maker. And Hogg has not been that for us so far. And he is almost 24 years of age, and it's not looking good for him. At least it wasn't looking good for him here in Vegas. And now it definitely is not looking good. But it is looking good on our side because we get 2 first-round picks. And we now get to select 10th overall, meaning we get a good goaltender prospect in Joachim Gerton. Because, I mean, let's take a look at these guys first. I mean, Jamie Farmer is still up there? Oh, yeah, he never went. I mean, we don't really need any centers, to be honest. We already have a deep defensive, or a deep forward core when it comes to centers, especially when it comes to rookies. But just the fact that he has that 2nd overall rank on him is very interesting. But regardless, I think I want to take Gerton. Looks like we finally found ourselves a good goaltender. Welcome to the Vegas Golden Knights, Joachim Gerton. And just to clarify, a good goaltender as in, good goaltender prospect. So we now have a total of 3 first-round draft picks in this draft, I believe, as we have our own pick, and then we also have Washington's pick from that trade from New York. Let's see who goes next. And that would be Neil Davison, okay, to the Carolina Hurricanes, ranked 9th overall. Next would be Dean Lapierre, yeah, all the guys who were recommended. Then 13th, Thierry Dubé, ranked 36th overall, going to the Canucks. Then Antoine Diody, he was ranked 5th overall. Some of these names, just cannot pronounce them. Tommy Hache to the Oilers. Jamie Farmer finally goes to the Flyers. That reminds me of this past draft with Joe Veleno, how far he dropped. Oh, man. I'm not talking about in the game, real life. So then 17 would be Trenton Bentivoglio. And 18th would be Angus Spur to the Panthers. Then Vincent Besh to the Jets. Romain David to the Sharks. Then Giordano Jordan to the Coyotes. Johan Forget to the Flyers. 23rd overall is going to be Zahn Bork to the Blue Jackets. He was ranked 11th overall as well. Johan Brodin to the Avalanche. And then 25th will be Will Laperriere. 26th will be Ludovic Todd. 27th will be Kevin Hall. Oh, and it's looking like we might be able to get our hands on Miles Schreiber here, the other 5-star goaltender in this draft, so let's hope we can. And then 28th will be Lanny Warner, and we are on the clock, meaning we have the opportunity to draft another 5-star goaltender in Miles Schreiber. Well, actually, he was 5-star. Now he's 3-star. So, might pass on him now. So let's see. Neil Miller, 5-star rating, defensive forward. I would kind of like a defenseman since we traded Nick Hogg. Chris Morton, yeah, he's quite a ways away from the NHL. All right, so Maurizio Lazowski, 5-star future rating, checking forward, but doesn't have a great average rating in any level that he's played so far. Let's see the good reputation guys. So that'd be Morton and Jake White. Good shooter. In the AJHL, future rating of 4-star. I didn't really like his other attributes though. Let's see. Braxton Muscleman. 4-star future rating. 2-star current rating. Second line potential. Good defensively. Not a great average rating. It kind of scares me a little bit. But he is close to NHL ready. I'll give him that. Rice Cuddington. Not great average rating either. 5-star future rating. Stay-at-home defenseman. 5'9" as a stay-at-home defenseman. Not really liking that. I prefer my stay-at-home defenseman to be in the 6-foot range. I say, whatever. 6.9 average rating for him this past season. 3-star future rating. You know what we'll do? We will sort by scouting report, and we will see what Barclay Perneta has to say about all these guys. So Perneta is saying that Schreiber is a 5-star there, but when we look here, it's a 3-star. I don't get that. So that doesn't exactly give a accurate reading on these guys. Anton Demidov, 5-star future rating, center like Sidney Crosby. That's attractive. Could have trouble adapting to life in the United States, though. That's not attractive. History, not a great average rating. It's good scoring-wise in the MHL. Look at our options here. Benoit Burkholder, like Braden Point, Burkhardt, good hockey sense, not much else. Neil Miller, I think we've seen this guy already. Yeah. And then we have Marcel Lightfoot. Not great in Prince Albert in terms of the average rating. Offensive defenseman. We already have a lot of offensive defensemen. Yeah, no thank you. Matthew Zaharachuk. He's going to take a while to get to the NHL for sure. Good at defense. Good future rating. Not a great average rating though. Patrick Raffle, 5-star future. Good defensively. Good skater. Good average rating with Dornbirn Juniors in Austria. Looks like he's a ways away from the NHL though. Per Sundqvist, center. He looks close to NHL ready, at least with that technical category. Let's see what Perneta is saying about him. He's to improve defense. He's good hockey sense, good skating, good leadership, good poise. Not good defensively, but good puck handling as well. He honestly... Oh, that average rating too in Frölunda. Per Sundqvist. Per Sundqvist. I'm liking him. Yeah, you know what? Draft Per Sundqvist. Welcome to the Vegas Golden Knights. And now, of course, we have another pick back-to-back here. So, let's see. Lucas Neville. Another shooter. 3-star future rating. Alexis Martin. Let's see. He's actually pretty good with being close to the NHL. He's got that technical category kind of up there already. History. Ooh, he's not bad. 20 goals in the Q last year. With the 7.03 average rating. That's what I really care about. And then let's see his overview. 4-star future rating. Second line potential. Responsible defensively. Honestly, he could be a pretty good pick. Alexis Martin. Yeah, I'm going to go for him. He looks very close to NHL ready. So, welcome to the Vegas Golden Knights, Alexis Martin. So now let's fast forward to the next pick for your Vegas Golden Knights, and that would be pick 61. So let's see if that goaltender's still there. By chance, no, he's not. So Matthew Zaharachuk, we saw him before. Checking forward, first line potential. Report card. I mean, again, he's not terrible. I just wish his average rating was better. And again, he's going to be a ways away from the NHL. I mean, it's not like we really need that many NHL ready forwards at the moment. So he might not be bad to go after, actually. Patrick Raffle, 5-star future. Good defensively as well. History, that's actually good there. 7.25. 30 points in 36 games in Austria. Then Kevin Lindblom. Ooh, he looks pretty good. Report card, well, the report card isn't great. Got some points there in Sweden with a good average rating. I don't like his speed, though. Okay, so in a comparison with Patrick Raffle and Matthew Zaharchuk, let's see. So Patrick Raffle is definitely better in the technical category. And besides determination, he appears to be better here in the mental category. And then physically, Zaharchuk is definitely a lot stronger. 99, my goodness. And then he's definitely got more stamina and balance, but Raffle has more speed, agility, and acceleration. So I think I will take Patrick Raffle with this pick. Welcome to the Vegas Golden Knights, Patrick Raffle. And we have another pick. Alright, let's see. So, Robert Mock is now being suggested. 5-star future, goal scoring forward like Evgeny Dadonov. 666 average rating from Brno. Carol Lund, 5-star future rating, report card. Pretty good. History, not great. You know what, let's take Matthew Zaharchuk with this pick. Because with the last pick, we were comparing him and the other guy we just picked, who I already forget his name. But we were comparing him and that guy, and he's still available with this pick, so we may as well take him. Welcome to the Vegas Golden Knights, Matthew Zaharchuk with the 62nd overall pick. Fast forward, and we are going to go ahead to the third round. So there's Alan Woodworth, 6'7", 4-star future. A for puck handling as a defenseman. And then Robert Mock, goal scoring forward. And then Andre Luchner, 5-star future rating. Defensive forward, like Marcus Johansson. Not great with his report card. History is pretty good. Okay, so out of these guys, I like Andre Luchner the best, so we're going to take him. I'm trying to fly through this draft a little quick here, as I do not want this draft to take as long as drafts in the past. Alright, here's one. Chance Guay from Portland in the WHL. Good average rating last year. Good future rating, 5-star. First line potential, like Kirill Kaprizov, who is pretty good for Minnesota. At least I would imagine. And then report card, looking pretty good for shot and scoring. So welcome to the Vegas Golden Knights, Chance Guay with the 93rd overall pick. Fast forward, a little far from the NHL there. History, 708 average rating, pretty good in the Big Ten. And like Adam Larson, ooh, maybe we can get Taylor Hall for him. So, but nah, he's a ways away there. Melvin Elfstrom. Doesn't look too bad. He's got a lot of oranges there in the technical category, meaning he's pretty close. Good average rating last year in Sweden. 4-star future rating, like Cam Fowler, with a bigger frame. Right-handed defenseman, or left-handed defenseman on the right. Not too bad. Yeah, let's take Melvin Elfstrom with this pick. Arvid Ekstrom. Good shooter. Good mental category as well. Good average ratings. And he is 3-star future rating. Good shot, good hockey sense, good poise. Yeah, pretty good. Arvid Ekstrom. Where are you? There you are. Welcome to the Vegas Golden Knights. You know what? Our scouts are suggesting it, so why not? Let's take Adam Larson 2.0. Maybe we could get Taylor Hall for him. There you go. Welcome to Vegas. And with the 7th round pick, let's see what we have. And going kind of off the grid here is Vaclav Hansel. He's 20 years of age. He's actually unranked. But through the filters, I managed to find this guy. And he looks close to NHL ready, if not already. And great average rating in the Czech Republic League, and that's a men's league if I'm not mistaken, right? So he's already got, experience playing against men, professional players, and his scouting report, we don't have one on him, but I'm just going based off his stats here and his attributes that Václav Hanzel could be a very good pick for us here. So Václav Hanzel, welcome to the Vegas Golden Knights with our 7th round pick. And that'll be it for the draft. And that'll be about it for this video as well, as we are already very, very deep into it. So we're going to end it off right here. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you guys in the next one when we go through free agency.